Derek, first time you built a house for us, not too far away, I think we talked about or did 25 new technologies that you weren't familiar with. This one I only made you do 17, but you're okay with that. Specifically this one, you were really excited about the Powerwall, Tesla Powerwall, the battery backup. Just to tell us why that seems so exciting to you.
Well, something we've looked at a few times before, and I was waiting for that technology to come to Canada. We've used a lot of backup generators, natural gas, things like that. But this system seems like to be a lot less maintenance and more convenient for the customer.
This is exactly what we're finding, especially when you pair it up with the solar. So this is being charged by the solar panel, and this has an amazing 13.8, almost 14 kilowatt hours of power, which really means with minimal lights and fridges, we can run for hours, maybe even a couple of days. It's a really nice marriage. LED lights, which use about 1/5 the amount of power as older incandescents, because of the control strategies that we're using. Really nice integration of systems that will run all of the main household appliances, including the heating system.
I agree, 100%.
Now, you had to work with a brand new contractor, our good friend Will Beardmore at Blue Water. How did you find it went?
I thought they did a really nice job. They started with the solar panel install and then came back up recently and got this installed for us, so it's all fully operational now.
Did a really nice job of working with your current trades, Josh over at BGS Electric, making sure that was all integrated. And then, as you say, came out just the other day and commissioned this system, so it's up and running. So I just think this is the future, that we not necessarily need to be off-grid. We could ultimately be off-grid, but just this nice mix of some solar or the gas backup in terms of heating. So this has enough power now to run the boiler, the refrigerator, and I would say most of the lights in the place and a few plugs. So we don't need to be out of the house when it gets cold. And up here on the lake right now, how many times a year are we losing power?
It's quite a bit, not for extended periods of time, but you really won't even notice the power's out with this system.
That's what they were saying, and we haven't tried it yet, of course. Maybe we should try it, turning off the grid. But it's almost instantaneous and don't even need to reset clocks. So
right.
I just use, and obviously the footprint's pretty decent. We shoved this under, it's kind of a confined space. This is in the garage underneath the bunkie stairway. That's why we're kind of jammed in here. But I think it's great technology, and as always, thanks very much for letting us try new things.
Thank you.
So I wanted to take a quick second just to highlight the electrical components of this NetZero house. Obviously, traditional panel, just love the way Derek's trade partners do this. This is BJS Electric. Isn't that kind of cool, really neat and tidy? You're all familiar with that. But what I wanted to chat about is how we're going to integrate the solar panels, Tesla Powerwall, battery backup. So what we have here is the 10 kilowatts of solar that are on three separate circuits. That feeds into the power, into the grid. And what we have here is an emergency power panel that all of these circuits are now protected when the power goes out. And it's almost instantaneous, unlike a generator, which takes a little while to crank up. This idea of using battery backup as your generator per se for power outages, which we get a fair bit on the lake here. I think last year there was 3 or 4 power outages that lasted more than a few hours. So we have the main circuits, fridge and so on, all on that one circuit. So that's kind of a cool idea. The solar panels you've seen on the flyovers that we've done with the drone. So we have 10 kilowatts of solar that gives us up to a 13.8 kilowatt hours, a lot of power during a power outage, and using that in our resiliency theme rather than trying to hook up a gas generator.